conversation we were just having for some backstage bullshit, which was the open bar comedy that are being filmed out of here, and we're just talking about the fact who they choose and who they don't choose, and when you know who does it, why they don't choose you, and is it what is the reasoning behind that, and and I was just telling Chris, I go, it's just like, it's subjective as shit. I mean, it's just subjective, I mean, and
all art is.
All art is.
Yeah.
But I was talking about how one of my friends who got one of the open bar things, it wasn't like really wild about doing it, going through the process. I mean, he's like me, my age, I mean, when you're 68, you ain't looking to pop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Brad Upton talks about that.
Exactly.
He was like, I just retired.
Exactly.
I promised my wife I'm done. And then all of a sudden, millions and millions and millions of views. And now he's like, this is what I've been working for my whole career. And he's like, I kind of got to. And she's like, fine, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and depending on how you want to do that, how you want to do it. I mean, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like you say, don't think it would happen. But anyway, I was just talking about the legacy part of it, in that your great grandchild is sitting around with friends going, did you know that our grandfather was our great grandfather was a stand-up comic? And they're all going, no. And then they're able to see it. I was saying, my wife,
from the chip in their neck. At that point, right. Chip in your neck.
For real.
Exactly right. From the chip in their neck. They just see it on their eyeball.
It's just an implanted memory.
Let me activate your chip. There, see it? You see it? Yeah.
But Pam,
they got the whole hour and a half a second.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well,
and now it's got smells associated with it.
Yeah.
But Pam's great grandfather was a vaudeville, what they call monologist, and she has his book that has all of his bits all
like
in
a
there.
Notebook?
Oh, it's a notebook.
Wow.
And it's cool as fuck to go through.
You know what, Hubert? He did a lot of cruise ship stuff, but he's a Vegas guy now.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5th generation vaudeville, and now all of his kids are all in, like, one's in Juilliard. Like, I don't think any of them are going to be doing stand-up, but like, they're all music prodigies, and like, nobody in his family has ever had a job. They've all always done. And he was like, this trick that I do, like, that's been in my family for 5 generations.
That's awesome.
And most of his acts like got handed down to him, and then he has to find a way to make it funny for this audience now,
right?
For this newer generation. But he's like, the structure and the character and everything. He's like, that's my great grandfather's character.
Well, I was coming from a theater background. When we studied Aristophanes, which is the oldest writings of comedy that we have for Greek, and I think we have like 5 of his plays, maybe not in entireties, but each one, like, one is very political, one is social satire, one is very sexual, Lysistrata.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And when you read through those things and you see where they're going for the laughs and stuff, you go, we have not evolved that much. He's
pretty much just a very old Judd Apatow.
It is.
That's like, all right, here's my movie about aging. Here's my movie about parenting. Here's my movie, like,
the basis of what we laugh at hasn't really changed. Only thing that's changed is the technology. The things we talk about, because the culture's changed.
Yeah,
I had that experience when I trained with Dick Shaw from Second City, co-founder of Compass Theater. Yeah, so I took improv with him, the Viola Spolin, theater for improvisation, or improvisation for theater. But he produced a play called Ribble's Classics, and that's the same thing. It's like this tawdry, 1950s, as racy as they got, but it's all the same subject matter. Guys cheating on their wives, and all these sexual themes that are now, then were taboo, now are like kind of tame, really.
Yeah, right.
And the problem is, he tried to play it to a contemporary audience the way it was in the 50s, and they were like, what is this? It wasn't tawdry enough for them.
Right.
Or I have to say this, or body, which is said on your website, adult body. I'm like, body?
Body.
Yeah, it says AV on your website.
I know.
I'm like, what year is it? Body?
We had to come up. I said, what's the right term? You can't say dirty.
You say tawdry? I like tawdry.
Tawdry's a nice
R-rated.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know.
I cracked up when I saw that. I'm like, body? Who?
But Lysistrata, which is an Aristophanes, I did that. We did that in college. That thing's fucking... I mean, you can do that right now and shock people if you want to. Because in Lysistrata, what happens is I think it's the Spartans and the Athenians have been at war for fucking forever. And the women are fucking over it. They're just over it. The guys basically come home long enough to get laid, take a break, rest a little bit, and then they're back out. Because war for them's like us going on golf trips.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like just out. Just out with the guys. Out with the guys doing a little slaughtering, having some fun, right?
300 was summer camp.
There's Dan Harmon has a new cartoon called Crapopolis, and it's pretty much like the start of civilization.
Right.
So this dude comes out and he's like, how about we stop going to war and we start like developing society? And everyone's like, stop going to war. What the fuck are you talking about?
You idiot.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
And everything that he presents is like, we want to create like written language. They're like, that's fucking stupid. But like everything about it is hilarious. Just
I have to check that out. What's it called?
Crapopolis.
Yeah,
and it's fucking brilliant.
What happens in Lysistrata is the women from both of these countries get together, especially the two leaders, and they bar themselves in the Acropolis up on top of Mount Olympus. And they tell the guys, until the war's over, no more pussy. No more pussy till the war's over. If y'all want to fight, go fight. But the pussy is locked up until the fucking war's over, right? That all happens in the first act. So the opening of the second act, we had these soft, these soft, what do they call them? Soft structure or whatever, phalluses, dicks. And they're literally, it's like mine was this long and I'm the white guy. We had a 6'3" black guy that came out. I mean, this fucking thing was about as long as he was tall, and that big around. I mean, literally, we would. So
for him, it was a cold day.
Yeah, it was a cold day, and we would get notes from the director after a rehearsal going, your dick covered your face the whole, like you got to work more out with the dick. But we like you think about, you could do that right now.
Yeah.
And it'd be pretty
body.
Very body. very, very
extremely it's body.
Well, back then too, I think in the Greek, they did a lot of shit nude.
Oh yeah, everything.
The Olympics were nude.
Right.
Well, I mean, Levi's didn't come out until the 1840s.
Yeah.
So
only true choices back then.
Also at the time they were like, no more pussy until the war's over, and all the army guys were like, oh, we need to stop. But then the Navy boys were like, we need to keep fighting. Good.
The fucking Navy thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My buddy Ellis Rodriguez has a bit about, because
I know Alex.
Oh, I love Ellis. He's hilarious. But he had a bit about he's like, and I know that the Marines is a department of the Navy, but we're the men's department, damn it.
Oh yeah, I heard that bit.
And he goes, I'm not saying that everybody in the Navy's gay, but I'm just saying 1,000 men get on a ship, 500 couples get off. You do the math.
Nice. Well, luckily I was in the Navy, but I was stationed with the Marine Corps, so the Marines don't have a medical corps, so they use Navy corpsmen. So I was a medical combat, so it was kind of like in the middle. Like I was Navy, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm working with the Marines. You guys are all cool, but I'm going to be over here with the Marines.
So essentially you were a top.
Yeah. Yeah. With a card carrying member.
There you go. This is in the same vein. Have y'all heard the new Willie Nelson song that's out that's about cowboys being gay?
No, but I need to add this to my list because I'm going to forget to
I was just flipping through it, Sirius radio one day, Outlaw, I think it was the Outlaw country station.
Yeah.
And I can't remember it's him and another younger guy. And it's basically, I wish I could remember the title of it. But basically the whole gist of the song is that cowboys are all gay. And it's like, why do you think they dress like that? You know what I mean? He goes,
assless chaps.
Yes. Well, the thing is, it's all about cowboys don't want, you think about cowboys. They rarely hang out with women. They rarely do. Where do they want to be? They want to be out on the range with men.
Yeah.
They want to be with men. They talk about men. All their interactions is all about men. Women are just
accessory.
Just an offshoot kind of thing.
So he just saw Brokeback Mountain, is what you're saying.
Man, this song. I mean, I was like, when I heard it, I was like. Once again, it goes back to Willie Nelson is the coolest motherfucker on the planet. He is the coolest motherfucker that maybe ever lived.
That's a pretty ballsy
He's
riff.
amazing.
It was
funny.
I think it was Jimmy Carter. Willie Nelson went to visit Jimmy Carter and smoked a joint on the roof of the White House.
Which he tells that story himself.
Yeah.
How did he get up on the roof?
He's Willie Nelson. That's what he said. That's what everybody asks him that question. He goes, how'd I get up there? How'd you get up there? He goes, I'm Willie Nelson. He goes, he walked by every Secret Service agent and they went, hey, Willie. Where you headed?
Well, because you know that
I'm going
Willie
up on the
Nelson's
roof smoking a joint. All right, Willie. You know what I mean?
They know the roof of the White House.
Yes.
That's ballsy.
And that means Jimmy Carter is the second coolest motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, let him go up on there.
He's like,
absolutely.
Here,
like, you guys keep locking everybody up for this.
Absolutely.
But Willie gets a pass.
I just watched a documentary on Jimmy Carter, and what an amazing, had a terrible presidency, but after that, nothing but just great things.
That's the thing. I'd posted this years ago, like during the last election. I was like, here's the thing, like every other president, once they lost, they shut up and went away. Mm-hmm. Like, does anybody believe that that's what's going to happen now? And now, like, he's still going, and I'm like Obama shut the fuck up and went away. Bush shut the fuck up and went away. Clinton shut the fuck up and went away. Everybody has always just shut the fuck up and went away.
Bush's painting.
Yeah. Dude, and his paintings are great.
They really are.
He's dedicated his life to, like, he paints portraits of soldiers.
Cool. Yeah.
And, like,
he's pretty talented.
He's an amazing painter.
You know, Ken Miller from Orlando, comic, he was in the Navy and he was in communications, and he got stationed in the White House under Clinton and Bush.
Oh, yeah, I think we talked
and
about that.
He was the guy that there's a communications room. And so when anything comes in for the president, he has to go there, get it from the guy who took it. Ken gets it, and he must deliver it to the hands of the president of the United States. He cannot give it to anyone else to give to him. It has to go directly into the hands. So he did that for under both administrations for 2 or 3 years, I think.
That's crazy.
And he said, which one you think of the two was the more nice? And, you know, he said,
which two were they again? Bush and
Clinton. I'd probably go with Bush.
Yeah, because he's a rancher.
He said by far. He said by far. He said Bush was the type that every time you deliver, it's like, hey, Ken, how's it going, man? You know, and just sit and chat with you for a little bit. You know,
watch, Will Ferrell, You're Welcome America, one last night with President George W. Bush.
No,
it's brilliant because like one thing that
he plays Bush, doesn't he?
Yeah. So he was on SNL doing Bush, and he was like,
that.
"Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do this character anymore." So he did a Broadway one-man show, and it's incredible. But one of the things that he did was because Bush was really known for giving people amazing nicknames, and like nobody ever has that story about Clinton. Like Bush was a very personable, fun character,
right?
Who was just like Eric Knowles has a bit about that. He was like, he was cute, you know. He's like, oh, papa, like he's like this little cowboy kind of a guy. He's like even when like he got those shoes thrown at him, he's like, huh. I
always felt like he just got railroaded the whole way. I just felt like his dad got him in. And then set up this whole group of people around him that he trusted, and
they were all terrible.
Yeah, yes, were horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
But he like Time Magazine had put his second presidency as one of the greatest of all time, but it was so overshadowed by how terrible his first one was that nobody even recognized that he was trying to undo all of the shitty things from the first term. And so he never got credit for how good his second term was.
Yeah.
But also the second term ended with fucking the worst economic collapse. But that was all from policies that started in the first term, and he was trying to correct that.
I always got a sense of how he might be from Brolin's performance of Bush. And
Brolin did a great job.
Yeah, he played him like he'd be your neighbor, fellow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like down to earth. And I'm like, I never really considered maybe he might be like that. And then you see him now that he's not president, walking on the ranch and just doing whatever. And then the painting thing, I was like, what the shit? It totally blew me away.
I gotta look up his paintings.
Brolin did great, man.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Was it Dick with? Is it Christian Slater?
No,
not Christian Slater. It's shit. I'm blanking on his name now. But there's one that God damn it. I have to look it up.
It's
him playing Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney. Yeah.
Who was that?
God damn it. Now I'm just going to have to type Dick in the Google.
Yeah.
I'm typing Dick movie.
Yeah, your algorithm's going to go nuts, especially after that Navy comment.
Jesus Christ.
Your phone's listening, just so you know.
I got to tell you, and I had a bit on this years ago. My grandson's 5. And so my wife's sister was a teacher forever, elementary school, 1st, 2nd grade. So the Dick and Jane readers, which is what we had when we were kids, right? And she have one that had like all of them in one book, right? And the jokes have been for years, see Dick run, and so, but they're great first reading books because the way they repeat words and stuff like that, and they can a little kid can achieve really fast, and be real proud of themselves. But I'm sitting there with them, and there's literally a thing in there going, father is big, mother is little. Sally, look at Dick. Dick is big. Big dick. Big dick. Dick is so big. And Sally is so little. And I'm like, and he's reading it. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you got to keep a straight face on this whole thing, right? And so I remembered when my daughter was little, that age, once again, my sister-in-law gave us these books, but they were patterned after the Dick and Jane readers. But I look at it and I go, oh my God, I can't believe these still fucking exist because of the double entendre and jokes that have been done all these years. Well, I open it up and they go, well, they had the sense to change Dick. Peter, swear to God, Peter. And then I'm reading it and there's really a thing in there. It goes, Jane says, Peter, come in the water. Come in the water, Peter. And I'm like, who's publishing this shit? And I looked over on the back, Flint Publications. Well, there you go. Fucking Larry, the school system.
That's great.
But that's really out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Who is it? Who's the Dick
Flint.
Cheney guy?
It was Christian Bale, not Slater.
Oh, yes.
Bale.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But this cast is fantastic. Steve Carell as Donald Rumsfeld.
Mm.
Sam Rockwell as George W. Bush.
There you go. Oh, I can see that.
This is the best one though. Tyler Perry as Colin Powell.
What?
Ooh.
I'm like, damn. Tyler Perry has been playing a bitch his whole career.
I was gonna say he's playing a dude. That's off.
Oh God.
It's like Medea goes to the White House.
I know. Medea goes to the
In
White
the Bush
House.
administration, no less.
Perfect.
Not even the Obama one, the Bush administration.
Oh my God. I forgot that he was in it. But this movie's it's fantastic though.
I think I gotta look
Christian
it up.
Bale put on like 80 pounds to do it.
And the name of it's just Dick.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen parts.
I think I have too. I think I saw it a while
it's
back.
very good.
It's a beautiful thing about my age. I can watch it. Like, I get halfway into a movie sometimes before I realize I've seen the fucking
I've been
movie.
there.
Yes, I get halfway in.
This
I'm like,
reminds me of this other movie. What's the other movie? I'm going to look it up. I'm like, oh no, it reminds me of this movie.
well, it's like, I start sitting there going, I start realizing, I go, I'm pre-thinking the dialogue.
Yeah,
how the fuck is this happening?
You're like, I should be a script writer.
I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm brilliant. Nope, I'm just the dumbest man that's ever seen this film.
Absolutely.
I do that all the time. Like I do that with TV shows more than anything.
Yeah.
Like I'll get into like season 2 and I'm like, I think I know what's gonna happen, and then I'm like, Oh yeah, me and my ex watched this entire show 9 years ago. I thought I'm watching it for the first time ever.
I'll tell you a show that has been out there for a while, but one of the comics just mentioned to me because I love getting a good series, finding one, and the Ricky Gervais
Afterlife, yeah.
Man,
it's great.
I'll tell you what, my wife, it took us about 2 or 3 episodes to get into the characters and really get into it. But I'll tell you what, I think there's 3 seasons, and I think we're halfway through the second season, and they're only like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, as comics, we're not easy laughs for the most part because we're so jaded. But man, and it's hard to laugh at video, what I mean? But we have belly laughed at that damn show
that's what I loved
several
about
times.
Ted Lasso.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Every single episode made me laugh, and I watched it alone at that. So
absolutely
alone, it's even harder to laugh.
I want to say
I was belly laughing every time, and then I just started crying.
I tell you,
and then I started laughing again, and I'm like, dude, how except for 2 episodes. There was a one where it was just Beard goes on his own adventure.
Oh yeah.
And that one, there was
that a sports themed one?
Yeah, it was Jason Sudeikis.
If you've never seen it, you need to watch it.
What sport is it based
on?
Soccer.
But here it's a funny story because my sister thought I would like it, and I went, "Oh, is that a sports thing? I'm not into that." She was so pissed at me. She was pissed at me.
It's just a byproduct
from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Production, writing, acting, directing. I think it's the best thing I've ever seen.
She's gonna hate me more.
Incredible.
She's gonna hate me more that you guys talked me into it, and then I blew her off. That's what's gonna happen. I'm like, well, I did this podcast and talked about it. It's pretty good. She'll be like, that's what I fucking said to you. I fucking said that.
Has Tiffany seen it?
No, I don't think she has.
You will love watching it together.
But I'm a big soccer fan, so I think that's why my sister.
It doesn't matter what the sport is.
No.
So it's so weird. Have you watched Welcome to Wrexham?
No.
It's Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhaney from
from
Sunny.
Sunny, yeah.
Okay. Always Sunny, Philadelphia.
They own a soccer team.
Buy a soccer team.
Yeah.
So
I've seen clips.
So this was all happening at the same time.
Okay.
So as they were buying that team, Ted Lasso was being made. And it's crazy how much Ted Lasso and Welcome to Wrexham are the exact same plot.
Wow.
It's like art imitates reality.
Sure.
This is like reality imitating art instead.
Gotcha.
Like the path of when they get kicked out and go down to a bottom. What's it? God damn it.
In Ted Lasso?
Yeah, in Ted Lasso when you go down a division. Relegation.
Oh yeah.
So they get relegated the first season, and that's the first season of Ted Lasso, and then going up the division, and so everything about it, and Ted Lasso even does a joke about it. When Haddon Waddington's trying to sell the club, and then the assistant comes in, he's like, "Any news?" And he goes, "Yeah, we got a call from Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds asking to buy the club. I'm not sure if it's a joke or not." And so they tip their hat to Wrexham.
Oh, that's cool.
In the second season, they're like, "Yo, you're doing exactly what we."
Well, I can't wait to watch that because
and
I love Ryan Reynolds. Anything he's in,
they do such a good job on the show, and it's again they care about the community so much, and most of the show doesn't have Ryan or Rob in it. Most of the show is...
It's like a documentary, right?
Yeah, it's a documentary. And it started during COVID. And they have episodes dedicated to one specific fan.
What club did they buy?
Wrexham. It's in Wales.
Wales. Okay.
And it was just a shit club, and
it's a whole real thing. I remember seeing a little a short on it. And I was
gotcha.
Like,
it's so good, man. And I've teared up numerous times watching that.
Right. And from what I understand, of course, I don't know Ryan Reynolds, but from what I know of him, that reflects the kind of person that he is.
Yeah.
Well,
this is mainly Rob that did it.
Okay.
So Rob had DM'd him on Instagram. He was like, ha 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 ha. He's like, "Oh wait, you're serious? All right, yeah, sure. Let's go for it."
Yeah.
And they are both so in love with the city and the people.
Right.
And they're really, really all about it. It doesn't look like the fake Hollywood love.
Sure.
It doesn't look like we're gonna do this to try to boost our image, because Ryan Reynolds is already at the top.
Of course.
Nobody needs to think more positively about this guy.
And McElhaney is at my top. I love him.
It's
Sunny as always.
Oh yeah,
that's one of my favorite shows of all time, and it doesn't get enough credit. It's a brilliant show, and it's so awful.
Like the laugh track
episode. Every episode is just a brilliant show. You know, the story of how it came to be and everything is just. It's an incredible show. Those are episodes,
and they've kept it all in house this entire time. Like they haven't outsourced any of the.
Great show.
Like they have like the lowest turnover in cast and everything. Like their production staff still pretty much original. Like everybody's just about it. Like they're all really just.
And you can really see the improvisational thing happening, which I really enjoy. You can tell that when they're arguing, it's probably not fully scripted. You know, they're just kind of winging it. I love it.
Actually, no.
It's scripted?
I actually just found this out.
Now you ruined my whole night.
So they script it, but they record it a few different ways.
Okay, that's fair.
And then they usually end up going with the take that was scripted. And there would still be like a few like there'll still be a few lines in there that get in that weren't supposed to be there. But
I just love
they actually do script it a little bit more.
The show has amazing chemistry then.
Yeah, man. It's so good.
Did you ever see Gervais's show Extras?
No.
That's a great series too.
I didn't watch that one either. Yeah.
Dude, that's a great series. So he plays a professional extra.
Oh, okay.
And it's sort of like Curb. You know, lots of uncomfortable, awkward moments. Like there's one episode where, you know, he sees a woman come on to the set and she's clearly got Down syndrome or something, but he thinks she's drunk. So he's like, oh, look at this girl over here. And he's making like drunk. And then she comes up and she's like, you're making fun. He's like, no. You know, it's very awkward, uncomfortable. I think they did like 3 seasons. If you ever get a chance to check it out, very funny.
Well, you know, that's his brilliance, isn't it?
Yeah,
is making things awkward and uncomfortable and then bailing out of it in a way that is brilliant.
History of the World Part 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Curb Your Judaism? Oh my God. Nick Kroll as Judas. And he's like, no, I wasn't. It's like, I wasn't trying to snitch him out. He's like,
but Gervais had like A-list actors come in for like Ben Stiller and as doing these movies, and Daniel Radcliffe is one, which is amazing. Yeah, it's a really good series. If you get a chance,
I tell you, watching Afterlife for me just gave me my respect. I already liked him.
Yeah.
And it just, my respect and for his skills just went through the roof.
His stand-up is really one of his.
But just really his writing in that Afterlife is just incredible. I assume he does a lot of that. Has a lot of the say so over what ends up on there, you know. But no, that's great. It's great when you find that stuff, you know. Absolutely.
I actually bought them on DVD. That's how good it was. That's old. I mean, everything's changed so much.
Extras is that old?
It's old, dude. It's got to be like 10 years, maybe more. It's old.
It blows my mind when, you know, you find out about something and you go and you think it's new.
Yeah.
And then even for me, they'll go, well, you know, oh God, they did that back in 2013. And I go, well, shit, that wasn't that long ago. And then I go, fuck yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it was.
It's flying.
I got my first smartphone in 2011. Right?
What?
So like, even in like 2013, like smartphones still weren't a part of the script.
Look,
nobody was like looking things up.
In 1990, I think there was a comic named Soupy Sales.
I remember Soupy.
Soupy Sales, and Soupy had his own television show there for a long time back in the 60s, and we had him down here to play the club.
Wow.
And he was playing with my club and then a club in Clearwater with the Fisher brothers, and Brett Fisher had the first mobile phone I'd ever seen. It came in a briefcase.
Yeah.
It was in a fucking briefcase, and it looked like one of those old World War II fucking things. I mean, it was a foot long.
That's what it was.
Yes. And
that's funny.
And I remember we did a bunch of promo up in Tampa, some morning radio, and then we did a little talk television show. And it was time, you know, we got finished, we went to go have lunch, right? So we go in this place about 2:00. There's nobody greeting us at the door. There was a little bar over there. So we just went over and sat at the bar. Nobody. So like 10, 15 minutes goes by. You know, nobody comes. So Soupy goes, get your phone out. So he gets the matchbook. He calls the place. Lady answered, and he's like, hello. He said, is this, Farquhar's, Bar and Grill? Yes, it is. Are y'all open? Yeah, we are open. You're serving right now? Yeah, we are. and we came in right now, we could get a table and a seat. Yeah. Well, we're sitting at the fucking bar. So, and of course, back then, nobody knew. Nobody hardly had a phone like that.
What kind of witchcraft is this?
I know, but for me, I go, God, 1990 doesn't even seem that long ago. And I mean, I was married in '87.
Sony had said, that '70s show is if they made a show about the early 2000s today, it would be as far from today as the 70s were from when the 70s show came out.
Exactly right.
And I'm like, fuck.
That's wild.
Like, it's only a 20-year gap.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to do this. I told y'all before I wanted to do this, so we'll do it real quick, okay? Because I want to start doing this to everybody. So your statement is, I'm not running for president. But if I was, my first fucking thing I'd do, I mean, top of my agenda, what would I do? What would your thing be?
Everybody gets one kill. Everyone's allowed one kill, whether it's manslaughter or first degree, and then you could put it in your dating app, like, I've already used my kill, and they'll be like, oh, cool, so I'm like a little more safe with you,
right?
And you can use it for whatever you want.
And population control.
Yeah, and then everybody will have to
because it would take us down to 1.5.
Everybody would have to be nicer to
1.5 million, right? Because we're at 300 million, I think.
I think that we would all be nicer to each other if we knew that we could actually
purge each other,
but not a full-on purge. Just one.
And you know what? Trump would say everybody would go kill an immigrant, but they wouldn't.
No, fuck
no. They'd kill Uncle Frank
because nobody wants to mop floors. Nobody wants to do those jobs.
My answer was nice, for God's sake.
I think it's whatever.
Nice.
It's whatever.
I think it makes society better.
I've always believed that if you want to pull this country up, you got free healthcare and free college. Everybody gets a chance at college up to a 4-year degree. You get a chance to go to college. If you flunk out, that's it. Next time you go back, it's on you. But everybody gets a shot to get a 4-year degree. We bring everybody up. Everybody economically, we bring the whole country up. That's what I've always thought. Healthcare and college, those two things. Big, bring everybody up. Health and education.
My thing would be,
killing.
Let's make decisions based on real numbers. Let's make all of our decisions based on real numbers.
Yeah,
and here's my number one thing right there. All right, so everything right now is immigrants are dangerous.
The show is starting.
Yeah.
You're going to
it is in a minute.
Yeah, that's you.
That's you on stage right now.
I got to do mine later.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're getting ready.
Post.
You're getting ready to say, get ready for the show.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I got a shot.